Let's get him in here, man.
Yeah,
Let's get him in here, y'all. The one and only, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take my time with this introduction because, so we just going to, round of applause for the one and only, the vinyl master, I like to call him, and that's what we're calling this chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition, another chapter of DC, A Chocolate City Story. I'm your host, King Flexxa, and this guy, he's not even it's a figure. Like it's like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a landmark. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Alizay.
Yo, how long I've been knowing you?
You know me for about 10 years, cause about 10 years.
Longer than that, because I met you at that Monday night party with KI.
Oh, up in BMO when I was still going to Morgan.
I used to come to the party. Remember, I used to be solo.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, give it up for Alizay with the memory game.
Yeah.
With the memory game. So
I got crazy memory.
No, that's why you're like a griot. Like you're like a Goku. You remember Dragon Ball Z? Like I feel like
I never watched that.
But it's a Super Saiyan type of thing. Like you're just a strong figure, bro. All jokes aside, when this series has been sitting on my heart for many years. I never had a title for it. I just came up with it throughout quarantine. But the idea of giving back to DC, seeing that I'm from Brooklyn, New York, I'm rep to the fullest. But
where in Brooklyn?
Born in Brownsville, raised in Canarsie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was born in New York. I was born in Queens.
Oh yeah. I did my research. Oh, we're gonna talk about all of that. Yeah. I love it. Okay, I definitely want you to tell us, your story, your bio as far as born here. But I don't want us to spend too much time because I definitely want it to be once you hit the DMV market.
Oh nah, I came in when I was like 4 years old. So.
Oh. So there ain't much to talk about.
Yeah, but like. People from New York always be like, nah, yo, you from here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always carry that.
You always carry that. Nah, and that's why you're so well versed. Your range is impeccable, bro. So for real, when I was coming up with this, and I was thinking of the different categories, the different industries, right, in our world. So of course, DJs, personalities, radio mixture, just native Washingtonians that are whether black business owners or civil rights leaders like Mr. Tony Lewis Jr. who kicked off the. So somebody like you came to mind immediately because you're the DJ's DJ. You know what I mean? If that makes that make sense? You're the DJ.
Yeah. I always equate DJing kind of like basketball, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I've been around for like 20 years. I got on the radio in '99. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can get into that. No, I got my notes. I know. I already know. Yeah. So, and I know that you're a dog lover. Like your man's best friend is your.
Hold on.
Yeah. I want to interview. Yeah, I want to have a conversation with them too. Like, I feel like. And I've never talked to you about that. So that's why this is just a great opportunity for you to be able to tell your Chocolate City story and what you've added to the culture of DC and also what DC has helped you with in your career.
When I saw the joint with Mark Barnes, and because I feel like that was the first time I ever saw it, I was like,
that was the second one too.
So I'm like Chocolate City. I'm like, dang. And we used to call it that. You know what I'm saying? So
I know that's
heavy like. Chocolate. So it's like when I saw it and I saw Mark in there, I'm just like, damn, like, Mark, you know what I'm saying, telling this story. So
yeah, and guess what? And it's your time to tell your story. So, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Alizay. First of all, how did you get your name, or do you wanna preface that with something else? Do you want to start? So born and raised where? Born and raised where? And let's walk.
Born in Queens, Flushing, raised in PG County.
Alizay's a New York head.
I'm a New York Giants fan to the death.
Right.
I was a heavy Knicks fan, but Jordan kind of like crushed all our hopes.
I'm still a Knicks fan. Guess what, Alizay? I'm still a die-hard. I'm not.
I'm an NBA fan.
NBA fan, and that's what I think I'm moving towards. But that's for another conversation. So go ahead.
Right. So My name is Isaiah. Everybody always call me Zay.
Zay.
Alizay. I'm gonna give a piece of it to my man Penguin because we always hung around, but I used to always hear like Tupac, Mobb Deep. They always be like, "Yo, so and so, I'm drinking Alizay," and I always be like, "I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just name myself that." You know what I'm saying? Just
It's
for
clicked, right? It just
yeah,
clicked.
just to do it. So when I
So
first
just to be clear, it has nothing to do with the liquor.
zero to do with it.
0%, right? Good. All right.
Yeah.
This is opportunity to clear some, where
Right.
if people think, right. So you got so now it's Alizay.
So, but I had to go through a stage of like people thought it was like a stripper DJ, a girl. Like it was a whole bunch of like weird. So I had to like, you know what I'm saying? Like those were like the earlier stages.
Heard?
Yeah.
Dang. So, but after you made it through all of that, people thinking it's this, that, and the third, and people. But I feel like you the type of person that back then you wasn't even concerned with what people. Your skill is what did the talking, which
Yeah, I always came through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what always like. It's like when it's time to put stuff on the line. You know what I'm saying? It's go time.
you will put your money where your mouth is type of thing. That's what I'm talking about. So I feel like that's the Queens, New York, and you slap what you've gained by being in TV. So now we got your name rocking. Youngest, let's go to this time period. Yeah, so when did you move to because you're from what part of Maryland?
So I grew up in Hyattsville.
Hyattsville. Shout out to Hyattsville. That's the first if you're on 295, that's the first exit from
it's like one of them. Yeah, it's like
one of them, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I grew up in Hyattsville. I grew up in like old historic Hyattsville. So it's like where like the math is. It's where the I grew up where what's the joint? The restaurant.
Carolina Kitchen?
No, not Carolina. Whoa, that's PG Plaza. So that's
I'm familiar with right there. Yeah.
So that's where yeah. See, like that mall is like pivotal when it comes to like the Wale situation. You know?
Word. Which we gonna get to that. So is Wale's situation before or after you're the youngest on KYS at Asia? After. All right, so let's go. So you're in Hyattsville, Maryland, growing up, but of course DC. And this is what I love about this series is that I'm sure that there's still that one person that's on he not from DC. He from that one person. It's still where when you really look at the collect where you gonna party in Hyattsville, Maryland, or where you gonna thrive night like DC's right there. DC to me, DC is such a cheat sheet in a great way when it comes to the surrounding cities, meaning Richmond and
everything is relatively close.
Yeah, I feel like it's I know it's difference in people and style and way of dress and way of talk, all of those natural cadence, but I feel like once you get into the city, no matter where you grew up in, and if you come in with value, I feel like you should be saluted as a chocolate city contributor.
So back then, being in Hyattsville, DC is literally 10 minutes away, northeast. So you don't really understand how you got DC people coming into Maryland all the time.
Right.
It's like y'all literally just people look at it like it's some like crazy line, but when you see it, it ain't nothing but a street. It's Eastern Avenue.
Right.
It just separates. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a line for the map, like physically the map. But as far as the energy, so
it's the same. We all grew up, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Go ahead.
So it's like, a lot of my friends back then, being in high school, like you would think being in PG County, I went to Northwestern, I went to High Point. I went to High Point first and then Northwestern.
Interesting.
So I played basketball at High Point. I went to.
So, what is it about? So this is chapter. I feel like every person that I've had on so far, except for Mark Barnes, because he ain't playing a lick of any sport. he ain't playing no sport back in the day. But everybody else mentioned something about the interest of sports. Because y'all wanted, that was more so the way instead of going. There was only two ways back then. Go ahead.
So for me, basketball was like my first love of like thinking that like I was going to like the pros. point guard, straight
Point guard. Yeah, you look like a point.
Yeah,
You look
great. Like,
you,
but I mean, like, I'm one of the point guards that get everybody in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a distributor. You know what I'm saying? You know how you got some point guard who want to score?
you that Stephon Marbury where if you got to take it, you'll take it, but you all about.
Yes. So a lot of people are like, you know, they like to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you got to think if you got somebody on the court that has the ball,
right?
A lot of the time and he wants to pass, like hell yeah, that's my
Word.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So I was originally supposed to go to Northwestern.
Got it.
In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna do this basketball thing. You know, I'm gonna go to High Point. High Point supposedly basketball team was supposed to be a little more. So I went there, tried out. I tried out. I thought I did great. I got cut, but then they brought me back. This dude got injured, so they brought me back. So I ended up playing.
Got you.
So I played.
Are you DJing yet? Are you DJing?
Yeah. So I started DJing at 12.
So you started DJing. Can we go back? We're gonna put a pin on the basketball story, but let's lead up to that. So when was that moment that it's on some music is? Cause I read somewhere that your father, uncle, like it's in your blood.
Yeah. So all my uncles, I had my dad had 9 brothers. 7 of them was like either a DJ, rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Just in the entertainment world. So
all Queens. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? This is like when hip hop started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was in my blood. I remember being 4 years old drinking a beer off the table at a house party. You know?
Alizay, 4 years old.
Yeah, I remember being like in New York, house party. Like imagine being a kid and like you see, you know, nobody's looking at you. Pick up a beer and they DJing. I remember hearing like Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody. I remember distinctly hearing that. You know what I'm saying?
Walk us through it. This is so you hearing that, you drinking a beer. So from 4 years old, you were already soaking up hip hop music.
I mean, just like the culture, you know what I'm saying? Like just to be around records, you know. I was there's like pictures. I got pictures of me like 5 years old. It's crates of records. My uncles just sitting around, and I can only imagine what that was doing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Early, it was just like building me. But it was a stage where where basketball kind of took over. Like, music. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But I had a moment in where like I faced the politics of basketball, where I had the moment. I was like, hold up. A teacher told me like, you know, only one in 30,000 kids go to the NBA.
They gave you a ticket.
Yeah, so he gave me. So he dropped that information on me, and I took it, and I was just like, dang, I've been DJing for like 3 years now. I'm 15. Ain't nobody else around me DJs. So I'm like, damn, if 1 in 30,000 go to the NBA, then I got a hell of a chance to be a great DJ if I just put the work in.
Right.
So I put them hours. So from 12, so I told you I was in high school. Nobody knew I DJed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go to school, be quiet, whatever. But I would go home 7. I put 7 hours in. I wouldn't do homework. My parents used to be like, yo, like, why you got C's? Why you got C's? And I'd be like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the C should be all right because at least I ain't failing.
Facts. But when you're going through it, they don't see it. You trying to show it, but you can't really show it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
So by the time I graduate high school, that's when we had a talent show, and I came out. You know what I'm saying? DJ had a turn.
What were you like? Walk us through the talent show moment. What was Alizay? Do you remember your set or songs? What stood out during your set?
It was me and my man Marvin. Marvin's name I can't forget. I forget his stage name, but he was like on some like Method Man, like real like Staten Island, like you know what I mean. Like, so
real,
you know, I'm DJing.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the beats I threw on, but I threw on some beats. But it was on time. Everything like the crowd went crazy, and I remember just being like, oh, like damn, like they ready for this now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was
right.
It's like a moment where you be like, damn, like they ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like they ready to see what I got.
Competition or just performance?
No, it's like a talent show. It wasn't like somebody won. It was just everybody performed. You know what I'm saying?
So that was like your first time feeling the synergies of like
all that work I put in. Like Oh, now I see.
So basketball gets put because I love it. That's why.
Listen, I have friends that play overseas. I got friends that went to the NBA. Like, I literally was like, because I mean, I knew I wasn't going to the NBA. It was a realization moment. It was like, dang,
and you can't deny that.
you cannot. That's a real moment for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black men
Facts.
face that moment where it's like, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what that is, Zay? You know what that is? You were like, and that, yo, you had an old soul. You have an old soul. You lurked this earth already. You could tell because being that young with all the distractions, all the temptations, all the whatevers in that society sometimes, it's the inevitable, the pie approach, product and environment.
Right.
You beat the odds, my brother. So guess what? It's a moment for a clap up. It's a moment for a clap up for Alizay making it out.
Because I mean, this is 2020 is a milestone year for me.
Big up Afro being here all the way from the motherland. Big up Afro B. One for Afro B in here, man. Let's give it up.
Afro B.
See when I like Alizay on, then he just globalifies the thing and has an Afro B. That's
look, salute. I was in Ghana and right before Corona. I was in Ghana for like 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
That was my first time in Africa, so I got to DJ, did radio clubs. I got to like paint buildings. I was like, I really got to touch the land. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, man,
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Was that your first time to Africa?
First time. Like that's home right there, son.
And I still ain't been. And I just had Ice Prince Zamani. You ever heard of him? Ice Prince?
Yeah.
Bro, rocking. That's my guy. I had him on yesterday, and he's out there, and he just keep on telling me, yo, you got. I said, yo, I've never been to the motherland, bro.
Now I'm trying to tell you, like,
I'm ashamed.
I'm on some going there now. I'm like, damn, you know, if people want to vacate, people want to go to Miami, LA, or wherever they go, it's like, why don't we just vacate and go to Africa?
Expand the mind so that we could really feel our power. You know what I'm saying? So we could feel it. Like I know we feel it, but so that we could really absorb it.
When I went there, like, you know, I'm like, damn, this is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So it's like, you know, that was a empowering moment. You know what I mean?
I love it. And you know, I love these stories because even though it seems like we go off track with a different subject matter, it's going to come right back to you and the Chocolate City. So listen, so now we are at, so you just finished doing the talent show.
Yeah. So I'm 17. At this point, I have now, you know, I've coming out of the shell, you know what I'm saying? So I literally started to go to cabarets. Do you know what a cabaret is?
A cabaret, like a one of the
so, like,
right? Like a theme party. It's a themed event.
Like a cabaret in DC was just more so like it was.
The venue. No, remember when was cabaret over? See, that's why I love this. Cause
whoa, technically, take away pre-corona, because you know now we're speaking, you know, whatever.
Right. So pre-corona.
Yeah, like, you know, a cabaret would be like, it would be like at a lodge. You know how you see like a lodge places, you be driving, you be like, what the hell be going on?
Everybody just dressed up, looking nice, and it's that kind of right.
So those DJs that played in there, they didn't play like club DJs. That's where you got like the line dances. You got like the old school,
the structured stuff. There's the structured, more choreography when it came to the dance floor. Yeah. Instead of standing on couches and that's all we doing.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm trying to dance, Alizay.
Yeah. So you know, I would
put dance emojis inside the comments, y'all. Keep going, Zay. Sorry.
So imagine being, you know, 16, 17 and going to these things, and I don't know the DJ, but I go to him like, hey man, I'm DJ Alizay, man. Any way I could like open up for you? And they'd be like,
oh, so you was pitching yourself. So let's get this. So this is really self-made. Like you was pitching yourself and talk about it. Talk about it.
So one of the first guys was Big John, DJ Big John.
Shout out to Big John. I heard he's a legend.
Yeah, super.
And a part of this series, Alizay, I let all my guests know, I'm leaning on y'all for help. For like, you see how you just dropped his name, and I've already heard of. Like, please connect me. But we'll talk.
No, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna drop a whole bunch of, you know what I mean.
Please.
Yeah. So John was heavy in doing cabaret, heavy, like, you know what I'm saying. I knew that,
You
but
knew it.
I had off nights. I was 16, I'm 17. People are hooping. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go see him. I go solo. I don't even know how I was even getting in. To be honest, I think I was going so early where it would just be
Got
like,
it. Got it.
like whatever.
No, it was favor. That's what it was. You were destined to be there.
Facts. So I asked them, and of course they would be kind of thrown off because they don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
16, like, you know, I'm young, so they would get tired. You know, every DJ get tired.
Right.
Whether you already know, you've been around
or not, I know everybody works 365 and grinding, but you got to rejuvenate. I think this quarantine and this COVID has taught us that we do need to rest so that we could be our best versions of ourselves to give our services. Continue.
So he, I knew there were moments where, he got to do something else. So he looked over at me like, yo, come on. And once I got on, he see what I do, and he's like, oh, you official. Like, yo, coming back.
All you needed was the opportunity to get put on, to this, and that's a perfect time for me to bring out this, man. Just to put a look familiar?
Oh yeah, man, that's vinyl for sure.
A vinyl, that's it, man. Give it up for the vinyl master. One time we're gonna have a
listen. So an advantage that I had coming up. So say I was 19 when I got on the radio. So I was born in 1980. So 98 I was 18. So as I'm coming up, this is vinyl. You know what I'm saying? It's the 90s. It's everybody's. You got CeeLo, Iron.
Was Trini on it?
Trini was heavy.
I like Trini too, for sure.
Quicksilver, not Black Quicksilver.
Oh, the Quicksilver with an ER.
QIC. Yeah, QIC.
Right. I remember, he was DJing one time when I was like, I'll never forget.
Listen.
Right.
He was kind of my mentor when I came into radio.
DJ Quicksilver?
I used to sit back and like watch him on the radio, be like, dang, because he the most organized DJ I've ever seen, ever. Like organized.
Wow.
This is vinyl, you know what I'm saying? So when I came in, I had the advantage because my uncles and my Uncle Al, shout out to my Uncle Al, he was in the army, but he did like Germany, all these places, but he was DJing.
Well versed.
Yeah, so he would get stuff and he would keep it. And then he got to a point where he like, I see you taking it more serious than me. Here, take it. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So imagine I'm like going around. Like imagine you see me, I'm 16, 17, 18. All right, you like, yeah, who this motherfucker right here? But then you see me, and it's like 6 crates, and it's like heat. Everything's like, whoa. And people were just like, whoa. It was just, they were like blown down. Yeah, because I mean, I was coming with old school, new, acapellas. Like, this is all vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. We lost you, Zay.
Oh, hold on. Yeah? You see me?
Let's give him a hand clap, while we get that.
My back?
No. We back. We back in perfect. You look good. You look good, man. You look healthy.
Oh yeah, I'm always, you know what I mean?
Oh no, I know you from within. That's why me and you always been here when we run into each other in DC, because I know that you build from the inside just like I do.
Yeah. Whenever I see you, it's always, I'm like, yo, hold up, let me go see my man real quick.
You know what I always call you, like just in my subconscious when I see you, and that's why I wore the shirt. You Illmatic, bro. Give it up for Alizay. Alizay. At this point, yeah, Alizay.
Listen, that's one of my favorite.
DT Nation in here. Yo, Mitch, check. I gotta holler at y'all too. Need y'all story.
Hey,
let's go.
Nas Illmatic, one of my favorite albums too.
I read that somewhere. Yeah, Illmatic 10. Cause you know what it was about Nas with Illmatic. Once I came to, got put onto him in the 90s, and really, I was like, yo, I was the dude trying to find out and I'm just a kid, but I'm like, he's just a few years older than me, pretty much. I think it was 18, 19 when he did.
Yeah, so I think
he did Illmatic, he was like 18.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere there, and his pen on Illmatic, it's 10 records that you can't skip, nothing. It's a movie.
And it's just, that's why I love hip hop, is because when you say he was 17, and then you find out that Rakim was 14 when he did My Melody, and you'd be like, he was 14?
14.
You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yo, these dudes was out of here smart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
by you having those guys on your list of favorites and whatnot and influences, it shows your character the same way, that you're the same thinker. So shout out to you for keeping that for so long. So look, let's go here with the story. So now, so you're the youngest on KYS, Radio 1's KYS. You're the youngest at 19. Walk us through that.
Do you want to hear? You want to hear how I got it? And then
please do. Yes, that's why we're here. Please do.
So I was doing DC Live. I was doing Thong Thursday. Shout out to Mike L.
What is it called?
Thong Thursday.
Thong Thursday?
It used to be. Yeah, man. So the concept was any girl that had on a thong got in free. And girls were showing up in droves.
Wow.
So he didn't really have the best relationship with DJs because of his business dealings or whatever.
Right.
So I was coming up. I'm like, I'll take a shot. I'm like, he got a hot party. He need a DJ. I'm like, everybody else is like, man, we ain't messing with him. So I'm like, let me go take mine. You know what I'm saying? Let me go take the fire. So this is 98, going into 99. So I started doing it. And when I tell you, that party became crazy.
And like, you were a part of building it. You was a part of helping build it.
I mean, I was essentially like, you know, you had like Early Abdul, you had like all the DJs from Two-Face, Exclusive. Damn, DJ Exclusive. He used to be with like Rough Riders. Like all these guys were coming through and like seeing me DJ, and like it meant something because they knew that they had. This is me speaking. They probably looked at it like, damn, I turned that party down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And then look, right.
So it was that party. Essentially, I meet this guy named Mo at this party on Thursdays. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get you on the radio. Da-da-da. I'm like, you know how you hear that? You're like, get out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
He comes back the next week with this guy. This guy is Big Zo. Big Zo is like he's one of my mentors.
Shout out to Big Zo.
Zo comes. I don't know if Zo works with radio station KYS. I don't know.
Lots of Reds in here. My guy, my family.
Yeah.
God bless DJ. Yeah.
So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything. I'm just going to do my job. So I killed the night. The dude Big Zo like, yo. So it's Thursday. He's like, yo, come see me on Monday at the radio station. You got to audition.
And look at that. You wasn't even looking for it. You was just doing what you loved, and watch how it came to you. Round of applause for that. Round of applause for that.
Facts. So, mind you, there's a guy named Yankee. Yankee is the manager of all the DJs.
Okay.
Yankee,
like the man for all DJs in.
So he was the manager for QRC, Quicksilver, DJ 6 Cents, DJ Exclusive. Any DJ that was on really on the radio, he was like managing them. Wow. I used to always give him my demo to listen. He's always turned me down. We always talk about this.
Got you.
It was literally like, yo, listen to my tape. Man, get out of here. Like, really push me to the side. So imagine I show up to the radio station on that Monday. He's in there with his DJs. I show up with my father.
Oh, you threw a curveball in there.
I come through with Pops looking at, Yankee, he used to look at me and be like, yo, how did you, he never knew how I was able to just end up at the radio station. He thought I had to go through him. And that's why I tell people.
So I love it. So in this part of the story, this and I see DT Nation said, big shout out to Yankee. Where is that guy? So I guess he was a critical piece to the culture then.
Listen, when I bypassed him, I knew I was on to something. But it didn't dawn on me until it wasn't like a thing. It was like I started to realize that whenever he saw me, he would be like it'd be like thrown back, and I'd be like, oh, I like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you like that feeling of
that
you're the anomaly when it comes to you didn't need him to get through the door.
Yes. So that first walking into the radio station, so I had to audition. I show up. I had I had maybe like 10 records.
Okay.
I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, audition. Like, I don't
What
even
kind
know.
of pocket were you in? I know you might not remember all the
played
songs.
I played Quiet Storm was up, so I played like Quiet Storm. I played like the instrumental. I was cutting up like that. So
oh, you went rugged hip hop on them.
yeah, yeah. So Big Zo brought me. So his supervisor at the time was Lisa. Lisa was the person that was on the other side, like listening to me. She was like the person I was auditioning for.
Right.
I DJ for like 30 seconds. She was like, "Oh nah, he's on." She was like, "He's on." Like,
did she hear a blend yet, or did she heard?
All I did was the jigga, back. It was like, I swear to God, it might have been a minute, but it was like 30 seconds. And she was like, "Yo, put him on the week on like the holiday weekend." And that was it. Once I got on the holiday weekend, it's just everything. And then that's how I ended up at Dream at 19. I was the first DJ in Dream.
Alizay, and a part of this series, of course, the base of it is for you to tell your story. But when there's moments like that you mentioned, for any young DJ in here or anybody that has a family or friend or loved one that wants to get into the DJ, this man, he was already prepared because he loved what he was doing. He never ran to the Yankee. You gonna notice me if I'm good. And they said that he's retired, so I'm glad to see that that he's still around.
Oh no, that's my man. Like we still talk, but he don't. Yeah.
But he did. But look, he did what any like manager. You're young and that you gotta prove yourself. It's almost like a subliminal test, and you're gonna thank him in the long run.
I love it.
Right.
I love it. To me, it wouldn't make me without him. You know what I'm saying? Like without that, without feeling like, I thought it was gonna be hunky dory when I came to him. I thought he was gonna be like, I thought he was gonna take my tape, listen to it, and be like, "Yo, come join us."
Oh shoot!
So when he didn't do that, it made me be like, that's when like my basketball kicks in, where it's like, "Oh, you don't think I can score?"
Look how.
Yeah, I'm like, "You don't think I could score?" I'm like, "Yo, that's one thing I could do is I could get to wherever I need to get to."
The mentality, Zay. Your mentality was always on a zillion, dog.
Yeah, I was.
So now you doing the mix show, killing it. When was that for? Like, what was it about the Chocolate City? Now you're on. You know what I'm saying?
So at 19, as I get on the radio, I'm doing like the holiday mix shows. So 2000 comes, Dream comes, and at this point, I'm young, and everybody's all the DJs are they all feel like they should be that DJ at Dream.
So let's put it. So Dream is the stage. Like this is it didn't get bigger than Dream during your era, right where you were at that time.
Just imagine, like Mark did Republic, and then he built Dream.
I've heard.
So,
because I ain't catch nothing. Just to put it in perspective, I ain't catch nothing until Love. So I'm from Love on. So, but I heard the Dream story.
So imagine being the first DJ. Like I was 19, right? When I was doing, I wasn't even old enough to be in there and drinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years old.
You got past Mark, and you got past.
They didn't know. Everybody from my soul and they didn't think I was 19. Dudes thought I was, you know what I'm saying, 22.
I love it because you know what? You was carrying yourself as what, and that's, you know what I always say, Zay? You worked the system. I don't believe in working people like because we have emotions. But if there's a crack or a hole in a system that can't react or have an emotion, man, work that thing. Shout out to Zay for working the system.
Listen, working the system is essentially how we got Wale. Working the system. Right. When I got into, you know what I'm saying, when I'm doing the radio stuff, you know what I'm saying, I'm splashing him. Oh, first and foremost, we meet at PG Plaza by Carolina Chicken.
I read that. So talk to us about that. So you meet. So you DJing at Dream now?
Oh man, I didn't do Dream. Yeah, it's Love now. By the time.
Oh, now it's Love.
Yeah. So it's like, think about me in my mind. I'm already like, I'm doing like 5-6 nights a week in the club, and these are like crazy spots. You know what I'm saying? I remember All-Star Weekend came to DC. I got pictures somewhere I got pictures with Gary Payton, early Paul Pierce. I'm DJing. I remember seeing Lil Wayne coming to the club. Lil Wayne.
Weezy, baby.
Yeah, like he ain't had no songs out, but he had like, it was like he knew he was gonna be a star too. The picture's in my mind. I wish I had the picture, but I know exactly. I remember, you know what I'm saying? It's like
people in here, your loved ones, your supporters, they in here saying Zay used to murder H2O. I remember H2O too.
Yeah, and that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like
Platinum. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
DC Live. I ain't never get to experience these. Is that what Echo Stage is now?
Nah, Echo Stage is over there. So now,
what was Echo? I thought it was Echo. Can somebody help us out? Cause we want the story. Yeah, I need y'all too. What was Echo Stage before?
Echo Stage was the Tunnel.
The Tunnel. Okay, I've heard about the Tunnel.
Yeah. Nah, that's different.
Yeah.
Platinum was. So Platinum is across the street from DC Live.
Okay, so I think Platinum was on F Street, F as in Frank.
DC Live was on F Street.
Right.
But it was on the other side. So
I remember LGI kicked it off. Or it's before that?
Way before that.
Ooh,
yeah.
Let's set it straight.
Yeah. So Ritz, you ever heard of Ritz?
Yeah, I've heard of the Ritz. Yeah.
Ritz is on E Street. So that was
Mark Barnes. That was Mark Barnes before.
No. Mark Barnes was Republic Gardens.
Republic. So who was Ritz? Because he brought up Ritz.
Ritz was, if I'm not mistaken, they were Ethiopian cat. I want to say the wrong name. I want to say Tesfa, but I could be wrong.
All right, cool.
DC Live, that's where Abdul, you know what I'm saying? Like Abdul is somebody I would love to hear like his come up because
I would love Abdul. I'm gonna reach out to him as a matter.
Yeah, like I'm essentially the only DJ to literally I did Dream Friday nights and I did.
So you had a schedule at this point. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Dream Friday.
Yeah, I did Dream on Friday and I did Abdul's Club with VIP, which he turned from DC Live to VIP, and I did those live broadcasts.
We getting there.
And Abdul used to tell me, Zay, I don't want my shit sounding like Dream. I used to be like imagine.
Ooh, he sound alarm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but from a business standpoint, I get him. He don't want I don't want my shit.
Nah, right. He wanted his brand to stand out different.
So I did a solid like 5 years with both of them. You know what I'm saying?
So you doing competing parties?
Yes. Live on the air.
On the air? Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm talking about like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that is, if y'all don't understand, that sounds like that's taboo that you doing direct competitive part. Cause and they, you know what that shows, Alizay? That shows that your strength was so strong. Cause they could have easily got, somebody else and all that. But nah, they needed you on Friday here.
And me being young, of course, like hindsight, like I could look back now, but like back then, like I was so,
Bro, you were Marty McFly. You were ahead of your time.
Yeah, I was just going, yo. Like, it was just like.
So now you meet Wale. Are we there yet?
Yeah. So essentially, as I'm doing all this stuff, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm a frequent shopper at PG Plaza. All the shoe stores, I gotta go get my Air Force Ones, my whatever.
So you ain't never call into these? I got this is a part of my set. I mean, I gotta have.
Oh no, hold up. So look, I'm gonna show you. Look.
I mean,
look,
DC, where y'all at? DC.
Yeah.
You see that 990?
These are all blacks right here. You know what I mean?
I see you. I know what these mean to the city.
But this is like 2000, so I'm like on like Air Force Ones just before like the Nelly thing hit. You know what I mean? This is before he dropped Air Force Ones. This is like we was really sneaking.
Yeah, because I mean, you coming from like, think about it. You still got the New York in your blood, so you growing up in New York was heavy with Air Force.
Fact. So I was always a combination. You know what I'm saying? So I go to I'm at downtown locker room. He's working there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and some people don't even know that. Yo, Ralph worked at BTLR, PG Plaza. Keep going.
Him, Dan, Sneaker Man Dan. I heard Kenny Burns shout him out. That's my man.
Mo from the museum, I think, was a manager.
He wasn't there yet.
He wasn't there yet. Okay.
Like You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So I go shop, I leave out, I'm walking, and Wale come with like his cousins. He's like, yo, like I got a CD, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, take it. Wale or whatever. I walk off, you know what I'm saying? It's regular.
And by the way, this is the same exact way I met Wale in front of Love, where he handed me his CD, Hungry, and I always remember that moment. So continue.
So, you know, I take it, I go in my car, play it, and I'm tripping because I'm like, damn, I like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like stuff, because that happened so much, you know what I'm saying? Especially back then with CDs,
Right.
so many artists, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it happened so much that sometimes when that happened, I was just like, it was like a moment where I was like, maybe I'm tripping. I called my man Marcus. He went to school at Tuskegee, Alabama.
Got you.
It's like my best friend. I'm like, Marcus, listen to this CD.
You wanted a different ear. You wanted another ear on it.
Cause he, you know what I'm saying? Like me and him growing up, we could be separate, not talk to each other, and come back and be like, yo, this song right here was crazy.
Those are the friends.
Yeah. You look at him like, yo, dog, we connected, man. So I sent it to him. He's like, yo, I like son. I said, you know what?
So this is pre-Dig Dug? Is this pre-Dig Dug?
Man, this is before all that. This is the inception.
That's why. Let's clear it up.
Yeah, this is like if you take this away, who meets him? What DJ does anything? You know what I'm saying?
From this moment right here. So, whoa, keep going. This is history, ladies and gentlemen.
So, you know, he's at downtown locker room. I frequent there. I go back there. We exchange numbers. I literally took him into my crib. Now, at the same time he's there, I find this out, you know, 15 years later. Tay James is sleeping on a couch too.
If y'all don't know who Tay James is, tell them who Tay James is.
Tay James now is Bieber's A&R, but his DJ, his friend, like he's been all over the damn place, you know, all over the world.
At this point, or then?
No. Back then, he's gonna come up. He's about to go to Hampton.
Right. Because now he was, you know, Justin Bieber is a DJ for a long time.
Back then, nah. This is
back then. So he's sleeping on the
Yeah, he's sleeping on one end of the couch while they on one end.
I love it.
Yeah, me not. I mean, for me, like this my crib, y'all. We good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking of it like that, but it's like Tay had to tell me, like, yo, you remember I was on the couch for a while later. You remember that, right?
Ooh, I love humble beginnings.
So it's like that's when I say like I took him in. It was like yo, I was taking him to the radio station with me. He was me. Like imagine.
So y'all just became. So you still DJing, but your manager bag is in. Because I always feel like once you got a good heart and you know how to talk to people and people receive you well, you a manager of something. You a manager of your life.
All the time.
So you brought him. So where's the first place you brought him? You was bringing him.
So it went from like I had him with me at the radio station. He was carrying crates in the club, flag football games. Like we had like radio station football game. I'm like, yo, come with me, son. You know what I mean? Like meet. You know what I'm saying? That's how you really get to meet people right here. This real networking right here. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta tackle somebody, like you gonna end up knowing this person at the end of the game. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like I'm one of them people like I know how to insert, you know what I'm saying? Like some people don't know how to insert themselves.
Right.
Like sometimes you just gotta
So you inserting him everywhere, like now he rolling with you. When was that moment that Wale, that the spark and you being a part of that spark? Like, do you remember?
It was consistent. So we had got to a point of like having him. Any beat that came out, any record that came out, I had the instrumental. So I'd be like, yo, do this. Matter of fact, I'm on my computer right now, but I got joints where.
Yo, and how do we avoid not getting the flag thing and all? Do we just put it in
these joints right here?
Oh,
like, sort of.
I would have been played some Wale, but they be flagging us.
Nah, but see, you know, I got joints that like they can't flag because these ain't.
The DJs understand. Zay been in this thing, y'all. Shout out to DJ Check Me Out in here. I love it. Young doing this thing.
Oh yeah, that's my man.
That's my man.
So
I love to see the evolution of everybody.
It's for me. I always stress like I live hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whether I've had to you know, manage a Wale to, like I told you, my early stories of like, you know what I'm saying? You got to put that energy out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
put it out there. So when was that lightning bolt in a bottle moment with Wale? Where it just
it was like, it was more after, it was like when it was me, him, and Kenny. I feel like when like the Dig Dug, like when the real aha moment was DJing at H2O. I did my night. At this point, I'm the only one that's playing Dig Dug. I think I'm the DJ that's the first. When you're hearing it, you're hearing it from me. And then
because you're the only one with it. Oh, you are the sensei. They gotta come through you. Round of applause.
So, you know, it was people, man. Like this is what doesn't really get understood in him is that a lot of people think it was easy, but it was a lot of people that, you know, the last thing I thought is that they would hate on what was happening. You know what I'm saying? But
I think it was because y'all both was not from the city, meaning that
whole.
Good.
It was because it was that hot.
Oh, and it was different than go-go.
Yeah, like it was hip hop, and it was like it was a rapper on a go-go fused with hip hop.
My mind is spinning right now just to think about that time, and that takes guts, courage, heart, like to just put yourself in. Go ahead.
So big shout out to P Stu. P Stu was
shout out to the OG.
So P Stu was my MD. He was the music director at the point. So Stu being so what's the word? Stu's like he's always like down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Great attitude all the time.
When the Wale and the Dig Dug thing happened, I came to him like, yo, Stu, you know, like I'm gonna play this. And I kind of was waiting for him to be like, don't do that. He was like, he didn't do that, but the energy was like, nah, I ain't tripping. So when he green lighted me, I was like, oh.
It's on.
But in hindsight, it wasn't really a green light. I took it as that and ran with it. By the time they even tried to do anything, it was too late.
Too late. You was in your ask for forgiveness, not permission type of thing with that one. Like, yo, because it's gonna work.
Because being a New York born DJ raised in DC, I wanted DC to have, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to have a rapper and a DJ. Like,
right.
Yeah, like, yo, this is what we do, you know what I mean? Like,
and you was playing on Howard Radio at one point, right? Was it Howard?
That was like 90s, late 90s.
Okay, so we ain't gonna go back because we only got 10 minutes, by the way, Zay.
All right, bet, yeah. No, I mean, it's a good combo, right?
This is such golden chocolate right here.
Yeah. So, you know, in that moment is when when people talk about platinum, and that's like those early Wale moments where like he would be at the club with me. Think about it, I'm DJing. And think about I'm showing up to the club. I show up to the club at midnight. You know what I'm saying? And when I show up, the promoters are like, this is a dude didn't come to Platinum Sundays until he ain't show up till like 1:30.
Right.
He because he did the VIP later. So you got like Dean, TJ. So I would show up. This is records. I show up. Zay. This went South. So I got blamed for like bringing the South music into DC.
Oh.
I used to get like DJs used to be like, yeah, like, he playing 3-6 Mafia.
You trying to introduce naturally? You trying to expand DC's mind when it comes to.
I broke Ludacris What's Your Fantasy in DC. I remember when I can't remember a dude's name that brought me the record, but it was an orange record. It wasn't even Def Jam.
Wow.
And he was like, yo, play this. I'm telling you, like, and that's what I do sometimes is that I believe people in those moments and I play.
Right. And you
that's
just
what
that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, in you, Zay. It's just in you, bro.
So it's like all those moments led up to me now showing up to the club, and they be like, "No, please, Zay, don't get people riled up with that music, man." And I'd be like, "Yo, chill."
You got.
And I get up there, and the first record it'd be like Pastor Troy, vice versa, and their crowd would be like, and they would run up the stairs like, "No, No.
So you
I
know,
got Wale with me. It's like it was crazy.
you are, because I love where we're at with this story because it's getting us right to the now, bro. You are the show, like you're Mr. Don't talk about it. You're gonna show. You're always going. You're the delivery man, bro.
Yeah.
You deliver
We
every
going
time,
and we're gonna have some fun.
and we're gonna have fun as well as I feel like when it comes to to hip hop, to you and tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like you want to always you want to get multiple reactions from your crowd where some people are learning some who's this, some
Right.
people are jumping around getting crazy good,
Right.
some people are googling it or Shazam.
Right. Yeah,
You
yes.
cover all ends. Let me give you a round of applause again.
And that comes from, you know what I'm saying, like just like growing up as a child, like my father, it was heavy, like heavy.
What's your father's DJ name?
It was his, so he was. So I'm gonna do my father. My father used to, and shout out to my man Ant. My man Ant, we was like 12, 13 years old, came to my house. My dad used to have like a little radio station set up downstairs. Right. He wasn't broadcasting, but he used to do tapes and sell them to people. But he used to be like, hey, now you tuned in to WALT. His name is Walt.
Walt?
Yeah, but he'd be like, yo, you tuned in to WALT.
Oh my goodness.
So like, think about like I had
that's
friends,
crazy, Zay.
I had friends that would come over and he be doing his show, but he just recording it. But they was watching it and they would run off and be like, yo, where's he at? I want to like tune in and listen to it. And I'd be like, no, retard, like he's record, but he was that dedicated. He was selling them at work. It's like the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
So it was just in your blood at that point. So let's bring this story to a not an end, because I feel like the story never ends and it should never end. But to the vinyl versus the CDJ going on. What's your take, being such a precision type of DJ that you are? What's your, because you know that there's been like if you on the CDJ, then all right, that's just, so give us that give us a 2-3 minute explanation of the vinyl CDJ beef sometimes, like sometimes in the DJ world where it's like,
I mean, if you're gonna be on CDJs, then it should be no reason that you shouldn't be as good as I am on vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
Let's make it clear.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
vinyls is harder, right?
Vinyl is like driving stick. You know what I'm
saying? Right.
Everybody can't drive a stick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're on vinyl, like you got full control.
That's a great way to put it too. That's a great analogy. Is that vinyl is driving stick, where it's more you're in control of while CDJ is your. I mean, I think that's a great way to just sum that up. Is that CDJ assists you to get to the promised land of the vinyl. The vinyl makes you have to get to it. You know, vinyl makes you get to it.
Facts. Like I'm whipping corners. I'm doing all that.
Right. So look, Zay, my man. At this point, you're like the go. You are a Goku. You're like, look at it when you said just type in your Google Dragon Ball Z. You are the Super Saiyan of Goku. So look,
is it like GLKU?
Yeah, like something like that. But once you type in Dragon Ball Z, he's probably the first guy, because you know what I'm saying. But Zay, this story was impeccable. It was infectious. I'm sure that I speak for everybody that's been here that you are celebrated as a historian when it comes to this DJ stuff. Like you're a historian. Like
it's a lot.
You know what I mean? No, for real. Because your heart, I've never heard, and people correct me if I'm wrong, I've never heard your name in a light other than the light, other than the sun, other than shining, other than always happy. Bro, what do you attest that to as we wrap this up? So what, in a nutshell, is it your family? Is it your dogs? Because I feel like your dogs is your family, right?
Well, dogs understand me.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like I live in a world where like I don't feel like I'm always understood, but when I'm around dogs, they understand me. That's why I love them. Because it's like they get you. It's like, yo, it don't matter what, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you did.
That's a great way to wrap it up. Shout out to everybody, like I said, that came in. This was chapter 7, but such a golden chapter because
Hey, my birthday is October 7th too.
October 7th.
I'm real big on numbers too, you know what I'm saying? So
Say it again.
I'm real big on like numbers.
Oh, me too. 1111 is something. I see that number on the whether my watch or the microwave or whatever. Bro, numbers is a real thing, and that's crazy how it falls on 7, right? So Zay, love you, OG.
Love you too.
We appreciate your time. We appreciate your insight. We appreciate everything that you've contributed to this culture. Not just talking shit, but bro, you are hip hop, bro. You Illmatic. At this point, when you see Zay, you call him what I said, Alizay.
Hey,
Alizay.
Go cool.
Go, but look it up and text me after, all right?
I'm about to.
Yo, thank you so much, Zay. One love.